moderator. This is topic 1, and this is our third group discussion.
This discussion is topic 1, pertaining of in a democratic society, felons ought to retain the right to vote. This side is the affirmative, Katrina and Kendra. They are discussing if felons do have the right to vote, and the negatives over here are disagreeing in that fact. So, turn on to Kendra.
Okay. I think that felons should have a right to vote because if they're in there for only a year or two and it wasn't even their charge wasn't even bad, like if they just got in like a bar fight, or most of the time if it was like most of the time it wasn't even them but somebody else like framed them, even when they get out of jail, most of the time people still like discriminate on them and against them, and they still don't really have the right to vote. Elizabeth Hull says in the past 30 years our prison population has ballooned to 6 fold. At the same time, crime rates have fallen. How can this be? Because we choose to punish for more extensively than just social necessities would dictate. So it's saying that people are trying not to get into trouble because they want the right to vote and want the rights of having a job and not getting discriminated because they got in trouble for over something little, even though sometimes they do have the right, like they do need to get in trouble, but they don't need to get banned of their social necessities. And elections laws in most states, felon from voting has been estimated that between 4.1 and 4.7 million Americans are currently disenfranchised due to past or current felony, so they can't vote because of their past records. And all I'm saying that I think felons should have the right to vote because they're people too, and they have the right to do and what they right to do stuff, and like the right to say how to say anything.
Okay. And we going to the negative side of this topic, Cameron?
Yeah, I don't think felons should have the right to vote because they jacked up. I know it could have been a minor or major mistake, but no matter what it does, it was their choice that they made. And you talked about how they don't have the right to vote, but it's not just they also don't get other rights either, which I kind of like this, because according to the Fordham Urban Law Journal online, pages 896 to 97, was moreover, felon disfranchisement is not the only collateral consequence society has imposed on felons. Felons are banned from holding anything in the elective office. They may also not get in certain jobs or serving on juries, and they won't receive government benefits such as welfare and food stamps. So they really don't have the right to vote because they should have thought twice before they make their actions. And even if it was in minor, just like stealing something because they wanted it, maybe you should have stolen it. You should just not try it. You could wait till you have the money to do that. Or if they killed someone, they just stay in prison and jail, never come out, and never have the right to vote. And then why would you want someone that's been in jail, come out of jail in about 2 years, and hasn't watched TV in a while, and probably hasn't seen the news, and not even know anything about who's running up, and have them vote for a leader? So, I don't see why you'd rather have this, like, that's my opinion.
Right now we are on, give you 3 minutes on both sides to wrap up, to discuss. And time.
Are you positive?
It's not funny. Come on, get up. Oh, okay, it's your turn.
Okay. Now that you have shared with your partners, it is discussed.
I have a question. I don't get what the outcome. Okay, so say if a felon voted, it's not like they're choosing, like picking a president randomly. Like the president's already picked, you choose one of the others. It's not like a bad president is going to be up there. Like that's what the government chooses. Those two people, they don't choose like who rules. Like there's a good choice of either one. It's not really like they are going to rule the world or something. It's not really a big deal.
Yes,
So.
but if they don't know anything about Republican or Democratic Party, they don't know which person would be better.
There's some people that don't even watch the news and they just vote.
Yeah, they
like,
still vote over like just random. They just pick.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're not
you mean
knowledgeable of that. So
some people don't even, like I personally, like if I was older, I don't think I'd get into it. But I would vote.
And just like like people are most of the time like the elections, if they're like tied and everything, it'd be a lot like if felons would be able to vote, like it'd be like more to one side than the other side, like it'd be more even and actually have like all of our population have the right to vote and decide who's gonna run our country and decide who's gonna do.
these people's judgment is off. Obviously, they're in jail and they have felonies. So I think we should let people who have made mistakes like that, even if they're in jail, make decisions that we should rule our country. That's what's
There's many ways you can be in jail, so it's not like they're like crazy. Like they could be accidentally like going a little bit over the speed limit, forgot their ticket, and they're not horrible people.
Yes, you can still
So.
vote if it's very minor. If it's minor, you can go through probation and you can pay fines. And if you really want to vote, you can go through all those steps and have your right to vote gained back.
Everyone has like their own story. It could be like if you don't know the background, you can't just like say felons.
Judge
Well,
somebody
that's up to
by-
the judge. Obviously, they give him a sentence. The judge looked at all those factors.
Just discriminating felons.
Yeah. There's like
It's
discriminating
their
people.
punishment, so they don't.
The punishment was going into jail. Why are you
Yeah.
adding on to it?
And then most of the time, people, once they've gone into jail, people don't hire them for certain things.
Time is up. Now that we have had a great bit of time, let's take it over to the second negative.
Most states automatically restore voting rights to felons once they have completed their sentences, paid fines, and made decisions according to National Conference of State Legislators in Denver. So if you really want your, it's not like when you get out of jail you can't vote. If you follow through with paying all the fines and do everything the court system wants you to do, you can gain your right to vote back. And of 48 states that disfurnish felons, so 28 deny the sentences. So not everyone, just because you get in trouble, not everybody goes to jail. A lot of the sentences are taken off. So usually if you go to jail, it's actually for something really bad, because most things you can get out of by paying fines and stuff. So you have to actually do something really bad to go to jail for it. You don't want people who made bad choices to make big decisions like voting without serving their times and doing what they're supposed to do first, because they haven't learned yet. They need to, obviously, their judgments and their values are off, so they need to serve their times first. And it's not every state prohibits that, it's the state's choice. So it's your state senates and representatives who choose that. Alabama does not have that policy.
Okay, thank you. Now, the second affirmative.
Okay. First of all, on the social forces, you said in the past 30 years, crimes have fallen and stuff. And, okay, so felons, you don't know their background, and they have many ways that they can get to jail. You said that they can pay off fines. Where they don't have the money, they are put into jail if they cannot pay that cost. And you said that their states choose it, right, for the states that don't. And you also said that you can get out of for the government, but I'm pretty sure they're very strict about it because they believe that the president is going to be chosen, and they're okay. Without the right, the government population has no opportunity to challenge laws of which they are subjected to, and that's what Angela Bethman said. And there's a lot of people, like a lot of percentage of voting from felons, so it could like uneven the balance, and that's why we always have like ties and like, yeah. So I think that we are discriminating towards felons, and you don't know the whole story to every side, and you can't just judge that. You don't know, you can't just judge that those felons and say that they can't vote because everyone has a right. So I think that felons should be able to vote.
Thank you. That ends the discussion of topic 1. In a democratic society, felons ought to retain the right to vote. Over here was affirmative. They agree that felons should vote and have the right. And over here, they discussed the issue that felons make wrong decisions and should not vote.